edges of motion. Lake Honrick was calm enough to invite carelessness. I had knelt at the water's edge longer than I should have. Fingers numb as they parted the reeds. Water hyacinth hid low, its pale blossoms misleading. Delicate above, stubborn below. I eased the roots free with practiced care, mindful not to bruise them. Alchemy rewarded patience. Force ruined things. Rozak's opus lingered nearby. Metal limbs folded. Its lens fixed on the lake. When my balance shifted too far forward, it clicked once, softly. "I know," I murmured. "Almost done." The scent of wet stone and lake growth filled my lungs. I was sealing the bundle in my satchel when something pressed against my awareness. Not sound, intent. The hairs on my neck raised, my skin tingled. The shadows whispered as if they knew something I did not. My shoulders tightened. Opus stilled. I rose slowly and turned. The blade came fast, too fast for thought. I reached for shadow cloak out of habit, breath hitching as I tried to still my mind. But fear fractured the thoughts and the shape. The shadow did not gather. Instead, it moved. The air around me bent, as though my outline had slipped a fraction to the side. Steel gray skin at the hollow of my throat, a sharp burn just below my collarbone. Warmth spread under my tunic, breath catching as pain bloomed, bright and real. I staggered back a half step. I did not flee. Startled by the attack, fascinated by the shadows and their response. The second strike should have landed. It didn't. Shadows thickened around me, not concealing, not swallowing, but misaligning. My body felt wrong in space, half a breath ahead of itself, half a breath behind. The world lost its certainty. Blades passed through where I had been, not where I was. I wasn't trying to control it. I was inviting it to exist. My pulse thundered, but beneath it was another rhythm. Subtle, elastic. I let my weight settle, let my shoulders drop, let the dark coil loosely around my movement, not as armor, but as confusion, deflection. The attacker swore, breath sharp with frustration. Another swing, another miss. The shadow refused him. I stepped back, slow and deliberate now, every motion guided by instinct rather than plan. The lake light fractured around me, my edges wavering like heat over stone. I felt untouchable and terrifyingly present all at once. The pressure lifted, footsteps retreated, hurried and uneven, crashing through brush before fading into distance. I stood there after he was gone, chest rising and falling too fast. Opus approached, clicking anxiously, its lens bright. "That wasn't Cloak," I whispered, voice unsteady. It was blurry, not invisibility, refusal. The shadow had not hidden me. It had bent the world around my presence. Footsteps approached again, this time cautious. A man appeared on the path above the shore, lantern raised. "Are you hurt?" he called. I heard shouting, saw someone bolt into the trees. "I'm all right," I said, pulling my cloak closed, though the movement tugged at the fresh wound I had nearly forgotten. Just startled. He studied me, concern lingering, then nodded. "Best head back before dark. Roads aren't safe alone." "I will. Thank you," I said gently. When he left, the quiet returned, but it no longer felt empty. It felt watchful. I raised a hand to the burning sensation below my collarbone. When my fingers came away, they were slick with blood. The cut was shallow, but unmistakable. A thin line of red just above my heart. I pressed my palm there until the bleeding slowed, then covered it carefully, the fabric rough against tender skin. I adjusted my cloak and turned back toward Riften, keeping to the edges of the road now, eyes sharper, senses wider. I didn't feel powerful. I felt shaken, humbled, confused. But something in me had learned. The shadows had not cloaked me as I had practiced. They had moved with me without asking. And for the first time, I understood that survival did not always come from control. Sometimes it came from letting go, just enough to slip past the blade